Hey guys, we are on the next book of Amelia Bedelia, and we are going to read Unleashed. I'm going to read the back of it before I start. Amelia Bedelia is going to get a puppy. When her parents ask what kind of dog she'd like, Amelia Bedelia doesn't know what to say. There are hundreds of dogs in the world, maybe even millions. How will Amelia Bedelia ever find a perfect puppy? Look out! Here comes Amelia Bedelia, and she's got one thing on her mind. Dogs. Okay, we're going to start, and we are going to read chapter 1 and maybe chapter 2. Unleashed by Herman Parrish and pictures by Leanne Averill. I'm not sure if that is Leanne right there. Go ask your parents. Okay, chapter 1, the big question. It certainly seemed like it was going to be another normal evening at Amelia Bedelia's house. Amelia Bedelia's mother was whirling around the kitchen, stirring, boiling, steaming, broiling, and tasting. Supper was almost ready. Something, however, was amiss. For one thing, Amelia Bedelia's father was sound asleep in his favorite chair. He was usually a big help in the kitchen, but he had looked so tired after work that Amelia Bedelia's mother had suggested he take a little nap. For another thing, the dining room table wasn't set. Amelia Bedelia, said her mother, "Have you set the table yet?" Amelia Bedelia glanced up from her homework with a look that said, "Whoops, I forgot." Then she jumped up to get the silverware. "Remember the napkins," her mother called. "I do," yelled Amelia Bedelia. "They're dark blue with little white flowers." "That's right," her mother said. "Please remember to put them out for us." "I'll do that now," said Amelia Bedelia. "Thanks, sweetie," said her mother. Do we need glasses?" "Not yet," said Amelia Bedelia. "Only Dad wears them." "Right again," said her mother. "I'll get you some water glasses to put on the table." "Oh," said Amelia Bedelia, "I already got those glasses." "Did you fill them?" asked her mother. "I already did." "I sure did," said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia's mother peeked at the dining room table. Amelia Bedelia's always did just what she was told to do. So every glass was filled right to the brim. Amelia Bedelia's mother smiled and shook her head. "Good job, sweetie," she said. "Now, please take about a tablespoon of water out of each glass. Otherwise, we'll spill and make a mess." "Okay," said Amelia Bedelia. She spooned up some water out of her parents' glasses. Then her lips on the edge of the other glass. "Swirp!" "What's that noise?" called Amelia Bedelia's mother. "That was me," said Amelia Bedelia. "Who did you think it was?" "If I didn't know better," said her mother, "I could have sworn it was a dog drinking out of a bowl." "I'm glad you didn't swear," said Amelia Bedelia. "You always tell me not to swear, and I'm not a dog." "So I noticed that," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "But no lady sounds like that when she drinks water." "I'm not a lady either," said Amelia Bedelia. "I'm a little girl." "I noticed that too," said her mom. But you can at least try to act like a lady just for practice." "Why should I ever act like a lady?" said Amelia Bedelia. "If I never planned to be a lady." That's the news startled her mom. That news startled her mom so much that she dropped a pot. Clang! Amelia Bedelia's dad leapt out of his chair, right in the middle of the snore. "What was that?" he snorted. Then he ran into the kitchen. "That was me," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "Did you enjoy your nap? You woke up just in time for supper." She handed him the salad and bowl of piping hot mashed potatoes to take into the dining room. He looked as though he was sleepwalking. Amelia Bedelia and her mother followed him slowly, carrying the rest of the plates. As usual, before Amelia Bedelia and her parents began to eat, they said grace. But then, as her parents lifted their forks to their mouths, Amelia Bedelia asked, "When can we have a baby?" Chapter 2. Have you seen my baby? We're going to read chapter 2, and maybe we will read chapter 3. "Have you seen my baby?" For a few seconds, Amelia Bedelia felt like she was a prisoner in a family photo that her parents enclosed with each Christmas card they sent. But now she was actually alive while her mom and dad were frozen in time. Their mouths were open. Their forks were right in front of their mouth. Only their eyes moved, darting back and forth. They looked at each other. They looked at Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia looked at her mom and dad, then at her dad. Looked at her mom, then at her dad. Her parents looked back at her, then at each other, then back at her again. Her parents may not have uttered a word, but their faces were talking at 90 miles an hour. Their eyes grew round, then narrow. Their mouths opened and closed, and then opened again. Her parents reminded Amelia Bedelia of the fish aquarium she had seen on a class field trip to the aquarium. Finally, Amelia Bedelia could stand it no longer. "What's wrong?" she asked. "You guys look panicked. It's not like I asked you for something important like a bigger allowance." Amelia Bedelia's mother closed her mouth, then opened it again. "A baby is much more important than money." "I was joking," said Amelia Bedelia. "Was I wrong to ask you about a baby?" "No," said her mother. "Not at all. We're just a little surprised," said her dad. Asking for a baby was a bolt out of blue. Before Amelia Bedelia could ask him what nuts and bolts had to do with babies, her mother said, "Is your class at school having a lot of babies?" "Of course not," said Amelia Bedelia, "but their mothers sure are. Last week, Angel became a big sister for the second time. Clay, Roger, and Chip became big brothers for this year. Joy has an older brother, and now she's getting a little sister. And today my teacher told us she's going to have a baby this summer." "How wonderful," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "I'm so excited for Miss Finley, our whole class." "I'm so excited for Miss Finley, our whole class is," said Amelia Bedelia. "But I'd like to be excited for you, and I want people to be excited for me because I'm going to be a big sister." "Aha," said her father. "Now I know what started all this talk about babies." Amelia Bedelia nodded. "I'd be fine with a boy or girl, a bolt out of the blue or out of the pink," she said. Just then, Amelia Bedelia's eyes lit up. That's when her mother got really worried. Amelia Bedelia's mother knew that whenever Amelia Bedelia's eyes lit up, real trouble was ahead. As her mother braced herself for what was next, she took a big drink of water. "I've got it," announced Amelia Bedelia. "You can have twins, a boy and a girl." But her mom sputtered and coughed and sprayed her water all over her plate and the table. "Gee, Mom," said Amelia Bedelia, "is that how a lady is supposed to drink her water?" Amelia Bedelia's mother was coughing too much to reply, but she gave Amelia Bedelia a look that told her she was a tiny baby step away from being sent to her room. Amelia Bedelia's father jumped up and ran over to his wife, patting her on the back to help her breathe. Bing bong went the doorbell. "Who could that be?" wheezed Amelia Bedelia's mother. "It's dinner time." Amelia Bedelia said her dad would you answer the door? What was the question?" said Amelia Bedelia. Her dad shook his head. "The question is, who's at the door? Just so go see who it is and tell them it's dinner time." "Okay," said Amelia Bedelia. "Would you like me to invite whoever it is for supper?" "No," said her mom and dad together. Amelia Bedelia headed for the front door. On her way, she heard her father whisper, "Phew! Saved by the bell." How could a bell save anyone? Amelia Bedelia wondered. She glanced back at her parents. They were whispering, the way she did in class when she tried to pass urgent news to her friends before. Miss Finley turned around and caught them talking. Now Amelia Bedelia knew how Miss Finley felt. She felt like a teacher catching a couple of whispers. Bing bong, bing bong, bong! Amelia Bedelia's parents looked up and realized that she had been watching them. Amelia Bedelia pointed at them and said, "You've been saved twice. Then she continued on her way to the front door. But when she got there, she peeked outside the window. Amelia Bedelia saw a woman pacing back and forth on her front porch. Amelia Bedelia opened the door. The woman peered at Amelia Bedelia through the screen door and urgently asked, "Have you seen my baby?" Uh-oh. The next chapter is A Furry Compromise. And we will be reading that tomorrow or maybe later today. And that's all for today. I kind of gave you guys a cliffhanger today, but that's all. Hey, wait, I'm going to show you some of the pages that we read that are super cool. Okay, so it was the big question. So here's a picture of Amelia Bedelia slurping like a dog. And then here's her mom dropping the pot. And here's the "Have you seen my baby" thing. And then my favorite photo, the duck-faced dad and the duck-faced mom. Amelia Bedelia at dinner. And then I think there was one more. And this one. I'm pretty sure that's all, though. Oh, and the woman. Bye, you guys. Come back tomorrow or today for the next video. Bye, guys.